So this video is to help you when you are making the Bird of Paradise flower. So first I'm going to start by talking through the general overall structure, and then I will get into the nitty gritty of the details of different elements of the pattern. So what you are making is a standard body and head as of an Alexandra's garden plant. You're making 2 legs, and you just stuff the stuffing into the bottom of the legs like that, just in that lower section, before you then sew them flat and sew them into position like that. Then you're making 2 arms, and what's very different and unique about these arms is you are leaving a hole like that down the middle. So when you actually crochet those in place, you're leaving a hole before you carry on to the bottom, and that's because these 2 flowers that you're then making are detachable and then slot into those holes on the arms in order to position it into your pot at the end. And it is correct that one arm is longer than the other, just to flag that one. That's so that one flower sits slightly lower than the other when you actually then put those flowers into place. So just to show you how it's then intended to sit within the pot, should I say, is your legs will then fold up like that and sit inside. And then what you want to do is tuck the 2 leaves that have the effectively the bottom of the arms where the sticks come down. You're going to tuck those side by side like that, and that way the 2 others sit out the front like that. And what I've done here with the 3 on the top is I've actually added wire to those 3 so they stand straight upright like this plant does. So I'm just going to sit that up so you can see it before I then go into the details. So that's how you then arrange it, is the 2 leaves that haven't got the stick running through them will sit out the front, and that one stick that's into the leaf that's attached to the bottom of the arm will just tuck into the pot, so that sits up nicely like that when you've got it on display. But the reason why I wanted to do it that way is to really make a joke about the fact that a lot of us do have these in our houses as house plants, but I've never ever managed to get mine either personally or in the office to flower. So these are removable, so that then you could even sit them in a vase. You could make a big bunch of them. I've got lots and lots here, so you can have a lovely big bunch of those separately as well. So just a nice fun pattern to make. So the first thing that I want to cover, if I just pop that there, is actually the construction of the flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually crochet these together, so your 3 sepals and your tongue together, and I'm going to sew it into the bract so you can see how you do that. So what I've got here are my tongue, 1, 2, 3 sepals, and then I've got my bract that I will then sew it into. So with your tongue and then with 2 of your sepals, what you just need to do before we crochet it together is crochet across the top close. So all you'll need to do is close it together like that, and then double crochet 6 stitches across this top line to then close it off. So turn and put your hook in one side and then back into the stitch that's behind it initially, just to get that first one. Like that, and then double crochet 5 more across the top. So then we're actually going to crochet these pieces together. So I'm going to follow just the pattern as it states. So what I'm going to do, holding a closed sepal in front of the open sepal. So this is my open sepal where I haven't actually closed off those stitches. I'm going to put that like that and that like that. And I'm going to rejoin my yarn in over here with my apricot yarn like that. Now I am going to double crochet through the closed sepal and then 1/2 of the open one. So I'm going to put my hook into this side here. So through those closed off stitches and then in through one of the stitches, leaving that open on that second one. So what I'm looking to end up with is a closed one here and an open hole behind it. So in and double crochet 6 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 like that. Then what we're going to do is turn, and then we're going to join the tongue on in exactly the same way. So into the other side of the open one. So I've just done those 6 there and I've turned. I've got 6 open here. I'm going to line up the tongue like that. And then I'm going to double crochet 6 across by going into this tongue first and then into the next stitch that I'd work in that open round. So done 6 from that one. And then I'm going to turn again and lining up my last one, so my closed one that's there as well. I'm now going to go back immediately through those stitches that I've just worked. So through those tongue stitches by turning and going back in there and then going through that last sepal end like that to put this last one in place. Like that. And all I've done that for is to avoid having to sew all those different pieces together. So what you can do now is actually tuck all of your ends into that open apricot hole like that. So just tuck all of those in, because what we're now going to do is sew it into place into the center of our bract. Now, just to talk through the bract for a second, the way that we're making this, and it is quite unusual, and that's why I just want to point it out, is you start off by doing your increasing of your normal circle, but you actually do a chain before you then join it together, because what you are leaving behind is a hole in order for us to then put the stick through at the end. So it isn't a 6 in a ring start, it is a chain 6 start, just to leave you with a hole that you can push that through at the end. Then what you do is you split off these stitches and you work one side of these bract. And then all I want to show you, because it does feel a little bit unusual when you do it, is when you then rejoin, you will actually be chaining stitches and then coming across to the other side like that in order to leave a hole in the middle. So you'll chain like that and you'll continue to work that round there, because what we're trying to do is create a shape like this. So you've got one side of it working up like that, and then you do your other chain and you work the other side. So you have got this hole in the center. So then what you do is tuck your ends all in the same way, just trying to minimize sewing in of ends as much as we need to. So tuck all of those in because they will become the center of that piece. And then using a length of your chive yarn to get the neatest finish. So bring in a length of chive yarn and attach that in. And then all you need to do is sew the flower into the center. So what you've got is your chain 6 on this side and on that side. So you've got 12 stitches left, 6 and 6. And then you've got this piece that we've just sewn in. So tuck all those ends in on that. And what we've done is closed up all the other holes but left one open. So there's no right or wrong to which way you sew this on. You don't need to worry about whether it's the one way up or the other way up. Because you've only left that one hole behind, there is one place that the stick can then go. And you sew your 6 on this side to the 6 stitches that remain on this petal. Same thing on that side. Like that, and you can fasten that end off. And then to finish off the flower stem, you will have a long length on your stem. I've just actually cut this one off in order to build you another one. So I've got no end, so I have to join one back on. In fact, I've got one here that I can show you. It's got a slightly longer end on. So what you will then do is insert the dowel in through the hole that's on the back of your bract like that. And it's only got one place that it can go because one sepal was left open. The others were all closed. So I'm just going to snip off my ends. And then just secure the stem on where, as I said, you can leave a long length on yours. I just deconstructed this one in order to show you how it was made again. So I cut it backwards. So I've got a long length on like that. And then I'll just pull this up and sew it into place. Now, just to mention, if you have a tighter tension than our average stated, so if you find that in general, your makes in TOFT yarn are coming up smaller than mine on a 3mm hook. This isn't necessarily a problem ordinarily. Your makes will just be stiffer. You'll use a little bit less yarn. But you will find with a project like this that obviously if you follow the number of rounds stated to crochet this stem, it won't be long enough for your stick. So the easiest option, if you're finding that and you find that you've crocheted this length of green stem, but it's not reaching up to your flower when you put that on that stick, would be just to cut a little bit of length off that dowel. Now you can do that with a sharp pair of scissors if you've got a strong hand, or you might just need to saw it down slightly. So you'll just need to take a little bit of length off the end to make sure that your stem actually comes through and reaches your flower. So that's that covered. Now let me just talk a little bit about leaves. So when you're making these leaves, in order to minimise your ends, what you're actually going to be doing is you crochet the whole of one side of a leaf and then you actually chain and repeat that. So what I'm going to do here is I've crocheted the first half of one of my leaves and I'm going to now crochet the second half so I can also go through all of these long stitches with you if you are not as used to doing long stitches. So the rest of the project is done with a double crochet stitch, but here we're actually going to be doing half trebles and trebles as well. So with the second half of the leaf, what we're going to be doing is chaining 16, and what you do is you then come and work back down that chain. So first we're going to double crochet 2. So that's the stitch that you've been doing to do all your other shapes. So what you do is you come back and you double crochet once in there and then once into the second one. So that's double crochet 2 and then a half treble. So with a double crochet, we've been going into the stitch first like that. With a half treble, we're going to yarn round our hook first and then go in to the stitch. Yarn over to the point where you've got 3 loops on your hook and yarn over and come through all 3 in one motion like that. Then we're going to treble 11. So with a treble, you're going to go yarn around the hook in the same way that we just did for the half treble. You go into the stitch, you yarn over to the point where you've got your 3 loops on your hook. But for your full treble, you yarn over and take just 2 of them off before you then yarn over and bring the second 2 out. So it's a taller stitch again. So our double crochet is our shortest stitch, our half treble is a bit taller, and then our treble is taller again. So we're doing 11 of those. So 10 more, yarn around the hook, in, through, 1 and 2. So that's 1, 2 I've done, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, half treble 1, and then onto the other side of the chain then, so jumping across to the other side. And what that means is you've come down the chain working in that side. We're now going to move to the other side. So I worked my last half treble. We're now going to go across and actually crochet straight into this side like this. So 1 half treble and then treble 11. 1 half treble, and then 2 double crochets. And then for round 2, we keep working around the edge. So we're not doing any of the stitches. You've now learnt that half treble and that treble, but what you do is you move straight on to this stitch here on the other side in the same way that you did on your first leaf. So when you've been round and you've finished that second leaf, what you're now going to do is just fold those two together with the right sides facing outwards on both. And by that, that means if you're looking at the edge of the leaf, you should be able to see all those V's of the stitches around the edge on the right side rather than the wrong side. So you fold them together like that. Tuck all your ends on the inside. So again, you're not having to worry about sewing those in. And then once you've got them placed together, all you do is put your hook in through the next stitch along on the leaf that you're currently crocheting, which will be the second part of the leaf, and then you put it through a stitch on the first part of the leaf, and then you just double crochet all the way around the edge like that in order to make that leaf two-sided with the two right sides facing outwards. And then once you've been all the way around, when you break yarn on your leaf, leave yourself a reasonably long end. It is the tip of the leaf that you'll be finishing this end off on. So all you need to do to then attach it onto your stems will be to thread that onto your wool needle and bring that end through and down on the inside of the two panels in the leaf like that. This will mean that you won't have to attach another end on at all. And then it'll be nice and easy to actually then sew your leaf directly onto your stems. So what you're doing is you're attaching your stems onto your plant. You pop the leaf behind one of your stems and you just sew through your leaf and through that stem on one side in order to attach those leaves into position. By that, what I'll do just to show you what I mean by that is imagine this is a stem. You'll line it in like that and then you'll just sew in and through from your leaf into that stem on the underside in order to attach it on. So I hope you enjoy making your bird of paradise plants, and please do share your pictures. I would love to see them made.